Hi, and welcome back to Cooking with Mark. And today we're going to learn how to do pork fried rice. The rice you're going to cook is normal for the beginning, so you can just, I'm not going to worry about that. Just read the instructions on the box. What we're going to do first is we're going to, you want thin, very, very thin pork chops. They're thinly sliced, and then you need about, I got about 5 of them. You want to cut them up into little 1/4 to 1/2 inch pieces, and they should look something like this. We're going to throw these in here with about a tablespoon of butter. And we're also going to, once these get fried up, then we're going to add a 1 egg. Get these almost cooked, and then we'll add 1 egg to this and then scramble the egg up. And then that'll be part 1. Once this gets done cooking like it should, after it gets all done cooking regular rice, then we're going to fry it up. So that'll be a few minutes. And it doesn't take that long to cook pork chops, especially the very thin ones. Once they start getting brown, you know they're almost done. So this will take about five minutes if we're lucky. I have it on a medium-high heat, only because I'm pressed for time. You want to cook this on a medium heat. You could do medium heat, medium high. I have it on high. You want to cook them so they're nice and tender, and they're tender. And if you do it just right, you cook them at a low medium heat. That'll keep them nice and tender, so they're not tough and hard to chew. So as I said, it doesn't take that long to cook up pork. I'm sorry, it doesn't take that long to cook up pork. This is almost done. I'm going to get this all cooked up. I don't know if you can see it. There. How's that? Let me bring this forward. There. You should be able to see it better now. You see that it went from pink to white. Now, all we're going to do on this is we're just going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. This is almost done here. And then we're going to add, and I don't ever use this, but for today we're going to. I usually use real garlic, but on this we're just going to use onion salt and garlic powder. Just to give it the flavor, that's all we're doing. Now, if you look here, you can see that it's getting nice and brown. The garlic salt and the garlic, or the garlic powder and the onion salt actually just enhance the flavor on this. So these are all done. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to simply take this out of this pan. You can put it in a bowl for now, or put it in a cup. I'm just going to put it in a bowl because I want to use the flavor that's in the pan for the eggs. get all this dumped out of here. And if you don't have an easy spout pan, please make sure that you wipe the side of the pan off, especially if you have a gas stove, because that little bit of butter can actually cause a fire. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen here. So as you can see, I still have the garlic and salt and onion and pepper in there. Now your regular rice should take about 15 minutes to cook. So by the time I get done, I should be ready to flop this around. And once we get all this made, we're just going to combine all this to the rice. It literally does not take that long to stir up some scrambled eggs, especially if the pan is already heated. And the fact that these eggs actually have the flavor from the pork chops. So that's a plus side on this. You never waste any of the flavor, especially if you use the same pan to do your cooking. It just increases all the flavor in the meal. Now, anytime I make a meal here, I always have somebody here to actually try it. I've never had any of my guests actually go, that is awful. Even if they were to say it, they've never said it. And I've made quite a few meals. Nobody ever says it's terrible. So, and I always bring samples to work so everybody can try it at work. On pretty much all my desserts anyways. So these eggs are all done. So we're going to take those off the heat. And we're going to check on this rice. Now, because you're doing fried rice, you want to make sure that all the water is drained out of this. So we still have a little bit ways to go on here. So I'm just going to turn up this heat a little bit. And then we'll see what's going on with that. So the rice is all done. Now all we're going to do is we're going to add the pork chops. I've added 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and I added about 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. And we're going to turn this heat up because we actually want this to fry. And we'll get this all going once the heat picks up here. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's actually frying up just the way I wanted it. I didn't throw the eggs in yet because they're the last. They've already cooked. And I have a can of peas and carrots, because when you're doing fried rice, that's usually what's in it, is peas and carrots. You can add other vegetables to it as well. I'm just throwing peas and carrots in it. Whenever I go to the Chinese restaurant, that's what it's always in it. It's got a few other things in it. It's got some onions in it. However, because I didn't have time to get an onion for this, I used the onion salt and the onion powder and the garlic salt and the garlic powder. So we're going to let this sit for about 2 or 3 minutes. Now, a few things you can add to this is you can actually buy duck sauce, and you can add that to it if you wanted to. If you wanted it to be a little more tangy, you could buy, they actually have jars of teriyaki sauce. So you can actually buy that and pour some of that in here. But we're just doing pork fried rice. There's really no specific flavor to it. I have this up on high heat because I actually want it to brown a little bit. And I keep doing that so I can actually level it out. We'll get that almost done here. Now you can see that this is just about done here. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add the can of vegetables. You can use frozen ones. And if you do the frozen ones, they actually have frozen vegetables. They got onions in them, and they got broccoli in them. So if you want to add all that to it, you could. Like I said, I just wanted just something simple, so I used peas and carrots. And you can see this is very colorful. I've turned the heat down. This is almost done. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add the eggs to it. And this is 2 eggs. And we're just going to mix it all together. And there you have it, or pork fried rice. If you wanted to do chicken fried rice, you would do the same thing, only you would add chicken to it, and to add a little flavor to it, you could put some chicken seasoning in it. They have the bouillon cubes, or they have the powder, so you can actually add powder to it, the chicken powder flavor. But this is all done. I want to thank you for watching Cooking with Mark, and this was just pork fried rice. If you have any questions, it's going to be up on Facebook. It's going to be up on my website. As always, I have an email on my website. I have all the links to my mail and my phone and my Facebook on my website, or you can just go to Facebook and go to my website. It's www.facebook.com, Cooking with Mark Flint. But if you're already there, then you already know what the website is. There's an instant message, there's an email, and there's a phone number on there. Thank you for watching Cooking with Mark. Have a good day now.